Hi, I'm Reverend Simon Heron. I'm currently a vicar here in North Essex in Chelmsford Diocese, and I am going to be the next vicar at Christ Church, Cheltenham. It's a post that we applied for, were offered and accepted what seems like an eternity ago. And I can't tell you how excited we are to be coming to be with you in Cheltenham. It's something we're really very much looking forward to. However, in the current situation, things are all a bit up in the air. When the Prime Minister made a statement on the 23rd of March, the British Association of Removers, and I never knew there was one, recommended that all moves should be cancelled. That does mean that, unfortunately, there is no one to move us from here in Essex over to you in Cheltenham. On top of that, the bishops of the Church of England have said that for clergy who have not yet moved but have formally resigned in order to take up a post in a new diocese, and I am one of those, one of many, the institutional licensing should be deferred until a move is possible, which unfortunately we don't know when that will be, but it will happen, and it's going to be really good when we have an opportunity to be church again together, or gather to worship God and to give thanks for all that he's done in the past at Christ Church Cheltenham, all he's doing now and all he has in store for us in the future. So a little bit of personal things about myself and my family. I know that you have a small picture taken from off my personal website. I have seen it at the back of your church, so I think probably you have an idea of what we might look like. So I'll tell you a little bit of what we're up to currently, kind of our latest family news. My wife Jill is continuing to work for Christian Youth Outreach here. She's particularly involved with prayer spaces in schools at the moment. If you want to have a look at the prayer spaces in schools website, there's a big banner on the top of that which will take you through to prayer spaces in the home. And this is something that her and a small team have come up with, which is supposed to help enable families, households, maybe to pray in a more creative way, especially at this time when we're locked into these spaces. My eldest son, Christopher, is safely at home in Sheffield with his wife, Megan. He's working from home. He works for a children's hospital there, not doing anything medical, but helping out with some other things. My second son, Benjamin, is a computer games programmer, works in London, but has been working from home for about the last month and continues to do so, programming computers. And our daughter, Katie, tells us that she's still getting on with all the schoolwork she needs to do. We have a dog, Bailey, who thankfully needs walking twice a day, which means that one or either of us gets to take her out morning and afternoon. And occasionally she has been joining me when I've been doing the live feed of a service. I myself have been keeping busy. Where I am here, I'm currently area dean, so I've been helping out my deanery colleagues. We've been doing the normal run of pastoral things, but at a distance. And one of the things I've discovered that has been actually quite fun to do has been doing Compline. Compline is night prayer. It's a great short service to do before retiring in the evening. I've been doing a live feed of that every night at 9 o'clock. I've been doing it on the Facebook page of the church where I'm, one of the churches where I'm currently their vicar. So if you want to have a look at that, you don't actually have to be on Facebook to see that. It's on the live feeds of Lawford Church Facebook page. We are so excited to be moving to Cheltenham. We feel very much that God has a call on our lives, and that call is going to involve being parts of the church with you as God works out his kingdom purposes for Cheltenham and the wider world. We know you have been in good hands, and God has done some great things in the past. He's doing great things now and has great things in plan for us for the future. It's going to be good to meet together, to talk together, to worship God together and be his family together. That may not be for a little while longer. I'd love to be able to put a date on it, but I can't. But when it comes, it's going to be a time of celebration, a time of great joy, and something that is going to mark the beginning of a new journey for all of us. But in the meantime, just want to leave you with a small thought. I've been very taken in the last few months with Psalm 40. For those that don't know, Psalm 40, I guess I first became aware of it properly from the band U2, which might be an odd place to find biblical inspiration, but the bands in the 1980s, when they were recording an album, got to the end of a recording session, they had a small amount of time left, they had a final song they needed, and the singer Bono took up a Bible that he had with him and sang some words from that over some music written by one of the other members of the band. And that song talks about being in a pit, perhaps of despair, being in a muddy and miry place and being lifted out by God, set on a firm place, set on a rock, and then singing a new song to God. And that's, I think, what is in store for us. At the minute, things are in a mud and miry place. We are in a difficult situation. God will lift us out. We will be put on that strong rock. We will have that firm foundation, and together we will sing a new song of worship and praise to him. So for the minutes until my next message, I am planning on doing at least one more of these. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you. May he make himself known to you and give you his peace.